If you can spare some time to take a closer look at this piece of land, you'll find marine life thriving in every nook and cranny. If you are lucky, you may even spot pairs of sea stars sharing an intimate moment. These marine creatures may be too small and too well camouflaged in their natural habitat to be noticed, but nothing escapes the trained eyes of Marcus Ng, the man behind this commemorative book on Semakau Landfill. The island is teeming with more than 780 species of plants and animals, and Marcus brings Razer TV on a little tour. If you are wondering if this heaven of biodiversity belongs to Singapore, the answer is yes. This intertidal zone surrounds the western shore of Pulau Semakau, an offshore island located 8 kilometers south of mainland Singapore. 10 years ago, Pulau Semakau was merged with Pulau Saking to form the Semakau Landfill, and these cells are now used as a dumping ground for Singaporeans' trash. Is it difficult to get there? Not at all. Just head to the Pasir Panjang ferry terminal, take a 25-minute boat ride, change into a pair of mud boots when you reach the Semakau Landfill Visitor Centre, and a bus ride brings you to the entrance of the intertidal reef flat. Then, walk through this mosquito-infested jungle track and you are there. But one important thing to note is that this whole stretch of land will be submerged underwater at high tides, so it's only accessible to the public at certain times of the day. So at high tide, the water level will come up to our waist level, right?
I would say probably at least thigh to waist high, if not more. So yeah,
Okay.
So that's why it's there's only certain times in each month when the tide goes low enough for the public to come out to do walks, researchers to come and do their surveys of the shore.
It's probably just a 2-kilometer walk from the shore to deep sea, but in that short distance, we've already experienced 3 changes in habitats, from the mangroves, the semi-aquatic seagrass meadow, to the reef flat.
The people who organize the intertidal walks, they use a fixed path through the seagrass bed, so that the only damage by trampling feet is done on this path alone, so that the other parts of the seagrass beds are left pretty much alone, so that the animals don't get all trampled over and killed.
So we'll keep to this track. Yeah. Wow. And once we walk out of the seagrass meadow, what lies before us is a star-studded shore, and we've even spotted a star couple. Can we tell which is the male and which is the female?
Okay, well, what happens is that, these stars, they actually don't have what we call external sex organs. So the smaller one, as you can probably guess, is the male, and the one below is the female.
Okay, so the sea stars prefer the missionary position, but Marcus says the pair is not mating yet.
You can see he gets into an arm lock around her, and later on, probably when the water comes in and the female is ready to mate, then they'll release their sperm and egg cells together into the water.
So although the lady is not ready to mate before the tide rushes in, the man will still hold on to her in this pre-copulatory position to prevent other males from barging in. So looks like the male sea stars are pretty kiasu, yeah? These common sea stars are found in abundance on the mud flat, although many of them are hidden under the mud. But if you walk further down the reef flat, you start seeing their bigger and more colorful relatives.
This is a knobbly sea star. Not a fully grown one, but it's one of the common sea stars that you can find on Semakau, which is now considered endangered in Singapore. Actually, a group of animals that don't have head or tail like in the way most animals have. The whole animal has a mouth that is at the center of the underside of its body. Now it's closed because it's probably frightened by us.
Where are the eyes?
They don't have eyes, so they are like almost like they're really literally blind, so they would move about in whatever direction they feel like going.
What's the difference between a sea star and starfish?
They're the same thing actually. It's just that because they are not fish, I think a lot of people think it doesn't make sense to call them starfish, so we call them sea stars instead.
For those who enjoy seafood, you don't want to miss the next part as you visit the marine life in their natural habitat. But don't worry, they won't end up on our dining table.